Okay, so now we're going to be, discussing the art of voice acting. A lot of people don't really know what voice acting is, Sumaya, and there are a lot of people that want to venture into, this kind of career of voiceover, and doing for commercials or movies and what have you. So that's what we're going to be discussing today, In the dynamic world of voice acting, where words come to life through sound, lies a realm of creativity, skills, and boundless opportunities. From giving voice and life to characters in movies, animations, and video games, to narrating audiobook and commercials, voice actors play a vital role in captivating audience worldwide. Now, you agree with me that that really happens because, when you're acting and your voice comes on it, you have to act out what you're narrating, to make it believable for people to cue into what you're doing. With each vocal inflection and intonation, they transport listeners into a richly imagined world, evoke emotions, and breathe life into scripts. Today we want to take a look at the fascinating realm of voice acting, exploring the techniques, challenges, and the opportunities it offers to those with a passion for the spoken words. So now joining us via Zoom from Kano is Hauwa Musa Abdullahi, popularly known as MOOFY. She is a musician, voiceover artist, and she is also an entrepreneur. But before she joins us, let's take a look at some of the videos that she has, acted on. Let's take a look.
Wannan ce ta ce rayuwata ta shiga gaban motar yanzu gashi ta samu rauni.
Na dauke ta aiki ta zamo sakatariyarka.
Sakatariyata dai.
Dole kana buƙatar wanda zai taya ka gudanar da aikinka. Ka tuna ita ta ce rayuwarka.
Amma faragiya bata sani ba. Cewa babban makiyinta take ta yi wa hidima.
Okay, now we are all laughing, we can't stop. Even my co-anchor, Sumaya, what's actually funny, Just let me hear from you before we go to
I just have a lot of questions for her on that one. There was so much emotion, in the voice
acting, yeah, and then acting it out like you're seeing as if it's actually really happening.
At this point, she should get a Grammy
or
Oscar
thank
award.
you so much for joining us. Please tell us what drew your attention to venture into voice acting in the first place.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Actually, even before the introduction of this Hausa dubbing from India to Hausa, those days there are a lot of people who really love watching Indian movies a lot, especially our parents. So I was like, since they really love watching it and they don't really understand what they are saying, why can't we just start translating it from India to Hausa? It will draw a lot of attention. So I guess that was what drew my attention to start doing this. Yeah.
Okay. So how far has that been so far? How is the outcome? What's the outcome like? Have people the feedbacks that you've been getting? How much is it, and how overwhelming is that is for you?
Actually, it was explicit because a lot of people love it. I do receive a lot of calls from, especially our elder ones. They were like, I really helped them because they love watching movies, and this is what I do, and so they really appreciate it. I used to have a lot of calls from people, so it's really overwhelming. Yeah.
All right, MOOFY, I don't know if I'm doing justice to your name, but it's a very catchy brand name there. All right, so how do you approach bringing character to your voice, or bringing life into the character of the voice? I mean, the video that we just watched, I saw the Indian actress getting all angry, and then your voice is matching up, exactly the emotions that is being shown out there. So how do you try, to understand your character and bring life to your voice?
Well, actually, it has to do with a lot of work, determination, and practices, because not only one voice is there, I do like 5-6 voices.
Really impressive.
So so it has to do with a lot of practices, determination, and confidence from me. Yeah. At first, it wasn't really like that, but it takes a lot of confidence, determination, and practices.
Okay, so now some of the voices, like Sumaya rightly said that we heard, I want to know if you did most of the voices. Did you actually do all the voices that we just watched? Because we watched the one that, you know, they were sitting in that room and they were threatening that other girl and she stood up and was trying to fight. Did you do the voices for the female and then the male version if someone took it, or you did that too? Because you just said
The
you
male
did different
version,
voices.
no. I do not do the male version of it. Yeah, actually, that is my boss who do that. So, like let's say 3 to 4 voices there, I guess. Yeah, are all mine.
All right, Muffy,
Yeah.
let's talk about challenges that is uniquely different from the traditional, you know, acting on screen or on theater. What is the difference that you'd say this is a challenge that only voice actors tend to face?
Well, the challenges are much actually because it's not my voice. It's a voice that I'm trying to like emulate, you know. So the challenges are much because you have to like sit down trying to figure out the voice that is going to like suit this particular lady, the voice that is going to like suit this particular lady. So you see, the challenges honestly are much. You just have to like do a lot of work before diving into it. Yeah.
Apart from
And
that, is
before
there
you
any
get
other
the actual
challenges?
voice that will suit the particular person. If the lady is fat, if the lady is tiny or is small, you know, so you have to.
Because I remember you saying that whenever you do that voice, you always, you know, have pain in your neck for a couple of days before.
Is it esophagus? Yeah.
Yes. So how challenging is that, you know, and what do you do afterwards when you do all these voices? What do you do to relieve the pain? Because there are so many people that want to, you know, take this as a career, so it's better they know the challenges ahead for them to prepare, you know, their
Look at
minds.
this.
Okay.
I need a warm water because I know definitely it will come to this. You will definitely ask me. So I need a warm water before I will do that because it's something that is not part of me and I'm trying to like bring it into it. So I used to like sometimes I do go home with sore throat.
But don't you get discouraged, you know, when you faced with this kind of situation where, you know, you have to give in your all and every time you have to go and nurture your throat, just like a singer would do, you know, after each stressing,
We just hope
you know,
the
the
pay
voice.
is also worth it, you know, for that. So, yeah.
Yeah, it is worth it, honestly, it is. Yeah.
Okay, so can you do any voice aside from the ones that we've watched, or let me say the old woman's voice? Because I've always, you know, wondered how you do that, because I've watched some of your translations and it comes out perfectly well, just like Sumaya said, that if the voice matches with what the activity that is going on there. So can you try a voice for us? Let's see how you do that.
Sure, why not? Honestly, actually, the voice is a kind of complicated and is my favorite because anytime I'm outside, maybe I went for an event, so a lot of people will be like, MOOFY, so wow. I'll be like, these people, they don't know how difficult this is. But it's my favorite, actually. It's a kind of bring out the movie, you know? It makes the movie accepted by everyone with that particular voice.
Okay, so
I think I can, yeah,
okay.
I can try it, yeah. Okay.
I can't wait.
For instance, permit me to speak Hausa.
All right.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Daily break, right? Jama'a assalamu alaikum. Kamar yadda kuka sani sunana MOOFY. Ina tare da Sumayya da kuma Cherry a cikin shirin Daily Break na Hausa daga garin Abuja. Da fatan za ku ci gaba da kasancewa tare da su. Allah ya muku albarka.
Interesting.
Wow.
I mean, for a minute, for a second, rather, I got blown away. Like, oh, okay. I mean, the transformation is really incredible. Mm-hmm. You know, and earlier you made mention of how you know it is worth it for you to do this. So let's talk about financially. Mm-hmm. How beneficial is this career path that you've chose?
So alhamdulillah, I wouldn't say it's not paying, but I'm not after the money. All I'm after is people's happiness and acceptance. And alhamdulillah, it's been accepted all over, and people really love it. So for the money, it's nothing to talk about, but alhamdulillah, the name, the happiness I brought to people is worth it. Yeah.
All right. I mean, we still have a lot of questions to ask, and it's good to have you here on that one. Nigerians have been curious about a whole lot of things, and who better to ask this question than a voiceover artist? You spoke about the dubbing. I mean, we've seen how some parts of Nigeria that watch a lot of, especially the Indian movie, find it difficult to understand and keep up with the language and translation. So you decided, some group of people decided to dub it and then translate it in Hausa, making it easier for people. And we saw how massively people have been watching this. So what about copyright? I mean, you must have an insight of this industry. Is there any collaboration or reaching out to the owners of these movies in order to have these things put? Can it go on social media platform like YouTube without any infringement?
Yeah, there is this guy, Pawan. He's an Indian. Yeah, Inaga, I worked for, he was the first person that introduced Hausa dubbing from India to Kano. I mean, I guess there was a time I heard him talking about this license with my boss, Buzo Philo. So I guess there is a license to that, because the movies are all over the social media platforms, the YouTube and everywhere. So you see, I don't think YouTube will even allow it to be posted in their channel without the license and what have you. So it is licensed,
because they would have flagged it off, because of the copyright. But then, it's really fascinating, initially in my opening, that's what I said, because there are a lot of people, like I said, that will want to venture into voice acting, and, they'll be wondering how that is done. But what do you see is the future trend, moving on for people who want to venture into voice acting? What do you think they need to do that would be trending, and how they can actually find themselves, get into this particular industry, that the voice acting industry? What's the future trend that you think is going to emerge and for them to look into?
Well, actually, to me, sorry, let me bring my company into this. Alligator was the first person, the company was the first company that introduced this Hausa dubbing in the whole of Kano. So, after that, there are a lot of people who want to come in, and after that, they spoil everything. So to the extent that people stopped watching it, because there was a time I went to my youth service and everything stopped. They stopped listening to hearing my voice in it. So a lot of companies started coming in, and the work stopped. The work corrupt. Everything corrupted. So they were like, "Hi, we'll stop watching this. We'll stop watching this movie since there is no movie. Movie is not doing this. Movie is not doing that." So I guess they need to focus on it, undergo a lot of trainings and training and research, so things will work out to be fine, inshallah. I guess.
All right, let's talk about how you prepare your voice for a particular project. Is there any specific technique that you tend to do before starting a project?
Yeah, I eat a lot of bananas and hot water. Yeah, like I said, this is it.
She keeps trying.
That's it. That's my secret. Yeah.
All right.
For my voice to be smooth and accurate. Yeah.
Do you tend to look at the mirror,
bananas.
Just like most actors? I mean, actors and journalists are basically have a lot of similarities. So do you tend to maybe look at yourself in the mirror and try out different kinds of voices, just in case?
Yes, it's crazy, because I remember sometimes if I'm trying to emulate a voice, I'll be doing it in my own room. My mom will be like, "Hey, can I I'll be like, "Oh." I'll be like, they will not understand.
Okay, so aside from voice acting, you're an entrepreneur and you're also a journalist, So how do you manage, your job as a journalist and then your business as well as, doing this voice acting?
Honestly, it's not easy, but like I said earlier, it needs a lot of hard work and determination. I don't sleep. Look at my look at my face. I don't used to have a lot, no, enough sleep. Sometimes I sleep around 4 a.m., 3 a.m. because it's not easy. I do a lot of things. Most of my work are in the night from 12. You know, the world is so quiet. No more like hyania and what have you. So it's not easy. That's all what I can say.
But all of
Because
this
I believe
stress,
what Sumaya can do, MOOFY can do it. What you can do, I can do it. Yes.
but all of this stress, doesn't it affect your voice?
Sorry?
All this stress, you made mention of a lot of stress that you go through, and sometimes you sleep,
Yes, yes.
you know, at the late hour or early hour of the morning. Does it affect your voice?
It sharpened my voice because, you know, the more you use your voice, the more smooth and sweet it becomes. So I love it. Yeah.
All right, MOOFY, you made mention of how people stopped watching rather the dubbing movie being translated in Hausa because they missed your own voice, your own presence. So what would you say, as someone who has been doing this for a while, what would you say would differentiate a great voice actor from a good actor? What makes you that
Okay,
great?
Your
like
unique
my
style.
own voice, I don't know. People do, I don't know. Sometimes I'll be like, "What in the scenario? Is it true that they'll be like, Mufi, your voice is so sweet. We prefer your own voice." Because like I said earlier, I was in Jigawa for my youth service for like a year. They did not hear my voice. So the company actually went down, you know, because Mufi was not there, and they brought out a lot of people to work under the company to represent MOOFY. So there were a lot of chaos that MOOFY, we prefer your voice. Somebody and somebody and by that, I'll be like, God, what is in my voice? So I guess it's because I do that with the whole of me, like with the whole of me. Anytime you see me in the studio working, you'll be like, wanna take a chair Indian take him out, because I do that with the whole of me, honestly. So that's it.
Okay, so as exciting as it may get, and you know, interesting as it seems, you know, there's always a challenge. How do you manage pressure, you know, when you're carrying out this project that you get to, you know, act on? How do you manage the pressure that comes with it, especially if you have a deadline that you need to meet up with?
Well, I give myself like a break of 1 hour to sleep off my phone, sleep, and continue. Life goes on. Sleep is very important.
It's that easy.
Is there any you know memory, you know, like that you would want to share that, you know, was actually captivating, and you got you know, of like feedbacks, you know, from the people watching, or the project didn't really go well and you got some, you know, backlash from people? Is there any memory like that you would love to share?
When I got nominated to work with Z World, you know Z World, yeah. So they nominated me among the whole of movie dubbing artists in Kano. So I was the only person that was selected to work with them for like 3 months, and honestly, it's worth it because I was paid in dollars, and also the money was so sweet. So
that is a huge one. It's a huge achievement.
How will you say the money is not sweet when you are saying you are being paid in dollars? Can you imagine, MOOFY?
but it is a huge one.
So I was like, I don't want to work. I just want to continue with my dubbing. Yes, if this will continue.
How is that achievement for you, though? How did you feel? You know, breaking through barriers, starting something from your own country, and then having an impact for international industry to reach out to you. How is that achievement? How is that feeling for you?
Honestly, the feelings is on like, can I say it's unbearable? I couldn't like. Oh my God, I don't even know. Even right now, I'm feeling excited, as if I should just bring back the money up and sing you. That feeling there.
Okay, so MOOFY, yeah, Quickly, let me ask this question. You know, technology has a way of playing a role in everything that we do. How do you think technology has helped in, you know, modernizing and shaping your voice? Because there are some voices that you do, I wouldn't want to say it comes out as your voice, because you as much as you do that, maybe there's a way that they use the technology to enhance it. So what role do you think technology plays in this aspect?
Well, honestly, I would say technology has really improved or has really helped us in working, because anytime I'm working and I couldn't really get this particular voice, so I'll be like, oh, why can't we just maybe touch this key and it will bring out this particular voice, or it will give me this particular voice. And many people will not even really know that this is MOOFY's voice. So in that part, I'll say that, yeah, technology has really helped and we are grateful. So things like this will really help in the future with the way things are moving, inshallah.
All right, there is this one question that I'm very sure people would want to know. Can you walk us through your process of, adapting a character, taking it through? And we're not talking about just one, because only in one movie you translate about 4 to 5 voices,
or 6 voices,
or even more. So can you walk us through the process of you preparing to achieve all of that smoothly?
Sorry, I didn't get the question.
Oh, the question is, can you walk us through your process? Say, someone reach out to you to say, we want you to translate or to dub, to voice over a movie.
Okay, with us. Different voices,
yes,
like
different
3 voices.
Walk us through the process.
Okay. Sumaya, Cherry, MOOFY. Okay.
So do another voice again.
Sumayya, na ji an ce kin je wajen Cherry kin yi magana a kaina. Me yasa?
Ni kuma ban fahimta ba, yaushe na je wajen Cherry na yi maganan nan. Gaskiya ba ni bace. Ai ina na kuka faɗa, na san lokacin da kuka faɗa, dan haka kuka maimaita maganan nan. Wallahi mama ba bace.
Fascinating. That is so fascinating.
Now that first voice actually got me scared, because I couldn't believe it came out from you, you know.
That is quite fascinating, MOOFY. All right, let's talk about your advice to, younger generation out there. People, not only younger generation, because we all know that some people discover their career, their path, even at the age of 40, So let's talk about what would be your advice as someone who has been in this career path for a while. What would your advice be for people who are aspiring to go into this?
Actually, they should be focused, because one day they will be like, we are after the money. In anything, if you are after the money, you will not last. When I started this, I wasn't paid anything. Actually, when I started working as a dubbing artist, I wasn't paid a penny. So I was just doing it because I know definitely in the future I will achieve a lot of things. So they should just work there, and they should focus on their work and determination. I guess they will move far, inshallah.
Inshallah. So do you see, the dubbing industry growing much more further? I mean, beyond that, considering now people are watching same movies like maybe Korean movies, do you see the dubbing reaching out to some parts of the country? We're talking about even Yoruba movies, Igbo movies, to translate it. How big do you see this industry going?
Yeah, I see that as a very big thing, because I notice a lot of people are into Korean movies now. So I was even thinking of, since the Indian dubbing stuff is down, kind of down now, why can't we just start maybe translating the Korean movies, since it's a kind of captivating, in the whole society. So why can't we just start dubbing the Korean movies? So I guess we'll have to look into that and dive into it, and inshallah it will go.
Definitely, because I know some people that are kind of addicted to K-drama. series and movies. So yeah, it will go a long way for them to get the translated version in Hausa. But then I would love to ask this question before we go. Do you do audiobooks, animation, translations, or even commercials? Because you have a very good voice, by the way. So do you do other things, or is just the Indian movies that you get to act on, or So tell us.
All the above mentioned, I'm into it because there is this guy in Zimbabwe. He's into all this animation. Yeah, I guess I was paid in dollars too. He sent me all the information required, and I dubbed it and I forwarded it to him. He's into animation. Also, I do adverts all over. Also, I, like you said, the books too. Yeah. And there is this book too. I started reading it. Gizo the Kogi. You know the book.
Yeah. We do know the story.
It too. Yeah. And I imitate. I just imagine how Gizo is and how Kogi is. And I imitate. I just create my own version of the voice. The voice that would suit her, and it was so lovely. Yeah.
You do have a very fascinating career there. Thank you so much, Hauwa Musa Abdullahi, popularly known as MOOFY, a musician, voice-over artist, and also an entrepreneur. Thank you so much for joining us, from Kano to talk about this amazing job. We wish you all the best.
Certainly. Thank you so much, Hauwa, for joining us. Thank you.
Anyway, then, of course, we have
Thank you so much.
Come to the end of this. I mean, amazing discussion.
Amazing,
a very insightful
all
one.
the voices that she, kind of did. The last one, like I said, the first one she did when you asked her the process, really got me scared because I wouldn't believe that MOOFY can actually do this voice. So for a lot of people that want to venture into this, just know that there's a huge career in it, and opportunities, in every sector, every industry that you want to venture into. And so, I think, that it's, I don't know if you do that because, I've done some voiceovers for some animations. I don't know where they are, which country they have gone to.
Like I said, when you're talking about journalism and acting, they're working,
they work hand in hand.
So, of course, we do documentaries. So that is basically,
you have to change your voice, make it more sweeter, not,
So it is a beautiful thing. Anyways, so with that, we have come to the end of today's show, Daybreak Extra on Trust Television. Please, in case you missed some part of it, or even if you don't, just go ahead, go to our social media platform and follow us via all the social media platforms, and you can join the YouTube live stream for news programs and documentaries. Thank you so much for staying with us. I am Sumaya Abubakar. Do have a lovely day.
And I'm Fatima Ahmed Musa. Do hold on for Adeni Adishafe with the Weekend Spot.